we have something, we have a little lead, or we have an idea, and it just gives you a little bit of hope, and I mean...
It is very hopeless right now, I guess, being left without that information.
Because you can't grieve, you can't feel safe.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
And if Kaylee and Maddie were down there right now, in this situation with somebody else, they would be home. Yeah. I would have told them, and they, I would have been, you girls need to get home now, like yesterday now. So... to families, I mean, I think it's Thanksgiving weekend or is coming up and most kids are coming home, but there's no way. And there's no way that I would send them back until this person is found. This person, it's an isolated, targeted, incident until it's not. Until this person was angry. This was not just, oh, he got drunk at a party and shot up a party, which I'm not putting anything down to, people have lost loved ones that way. But this was a very
violent, targeted attack.
And hearing yesterday, hearing the coroner say that one person may have been killed in their sleep, is that something that you had heard?
Yeah.
Yes.
And that's hard, but I guess for us that kind of just indicates, premeditation, which we've been fighting since the beginning away from this term, crime of passion. I think that comes with a certain connotation that can lead to empathy. And we don't agree with that.
No.
So when you hear them say that someone was killed in their sleep, you think premeditation?
Absolutely. I think it's impossible not to.
And not one, 4. I mean, I don't know if all 4 of them are. We don't really have the details. But regardless, 4 people were stabbed to death.
And premeditation, I mean, like you said, it's very different than
someone's house.
I'm not saying, weeks lead up. I'm not saying months lead up. It literally could have been 20 minutes. I don't know. But
somebody went in there.
This wasn't a fight that, the girls had said something and offhand this occurred. They must have, walked in on vulnerable sleeping
a coward.
Kids. And so for what it's worth, I want to run as far from the term of crime of passion as possible, because I think it's weak and I think it allows him to hide. And I think it gives him an out that he doesn't deserve.
That he walked in and got mad and angry. They were all there together and something occurred and he got mad and, wielded his weapon or whatever. No, this person snuck somehow into the house, whether it was a door, an unlocked door or an unlocked window, but he was not invited and he came in with a weapon.
To do intentional harm.
With intention to kill.
Intention to kill, exactly. Not even harm, to kill.
Yeah, and not just 1, not 2, not 3, 4. 1 after another, after another, after another.
And again, that little detail about it shows like there's vulnerability, right? There is the idea that there may have been defensive wounds, but at least one person didn't see it coming.
Right.
As far as we know. We don't know.
As far as we know.
Yeah.
According to what the coroner has said.
Right.
In terms of somebody getting into the house, they keep saying no sign of forced entry.
Right.
Do you think that this was somebody that was known to them?
I think that's kind of an impossible question. Yeah. I think it's a very popular house.
As a mother, I feel like they know him. I do. I've always felt that way. Nobody has told me that anyway. I just feel like, I mean, this is a college town. It's a small town. I feel the girls knew this person.
But we don't know that.
Oh, yeah.
We don't. Yeah, we absolutely don't know that. I just feel it in my heart that they knew the person, and I've always felt that way. I don't know why, but I've always said they knew him. Yeah. I just don't feel like this was like some rando just driving through Moscow, happened to stop by their house.
I will say they did have a keypad on their front door, and it was a very popular house. So I know for a fact that people who weren't necessarily roommates of the house did have that code. So no sign of forced entry doesn't necessarily mean that they were invited in. That's all I can say.
And the people that survived were on the first floor.
To our knowledge.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then if they come in through the keypad, is it possible to bypass a room on the first floor and go up to the second floor and third floor?
Yes. There's also a door in the back that just leads directly to the middle.
Mm-hmm. Got it. I don't want to put you guys through it anymore. I think we're good.
One of our senior producers did have one question. We know it's been tough getting answers from police for everybody. Just what have police told you guys about the investigation, what they found, what's going on, and Gotti or...
I think to answer that question, we know exactly what the public knows. We really don't have any further details. And unfortunately, if we did, I wouldn't give them to you guys.
Right.
Yeah.
Just we wouldn't
Frankly,
impede
we're not
the
ready to
investigation.
I would
But
never
honest
impede
to
this
God, we
investigation.
don't.
Yeah.
We don't.
The public needs to know is that there is someone out there that has violently killed 4 people, and that no matter who died first or second or last, they're gone, and we need to get this person now before it's too late for anybody else to suffer what we are suffering for the rest of our lives. He took their lives, but he took them from us. That will never change. We will never let Kaylee and Maddie's memory ever disappear, but that's all we have left, and that's not enough.
On this copy, I can't even see what it is. It's hard to see, isn't it? What I want to know is what you relied on to get that first one that talks about WSU and the cameras at WSU. So where'd you get that? Yes, ma'am. So Special Agent Rob Hildy with the FBI was also co-located with us. He was tasked with analyzing that video from WSU and the surrounding area. So it was a conversation between he and I, pointing out areas of locations where the car was likely seen on surveillance footage. And that's what I relied upon to create that map. So you created that map how? Through PowerPoint, I believe, ma'am. Memory serves. You saved your work on that? Yes, ma'am. Let's go to the next map. That one would appear to be a trail or a path from south of Moscow back towards Lewiston or back towards Palmer. From south of Moscow back towards Lewiston or back towards Palmer. Lewiston or back towards Palmer. Is that right? Yes, ma'am. Where did you get that now? Same thing. It was just created using open source satellite imagery, and I think it was PowerPoint. Did you create that? Yes, ma'am. Where did you get the information to draw that trail? So that was used from the cell phone records referred to me by Special Agent Balance on his interpretation of possible places where someone could have driven between the location that starts there and then back to Coleman. So you did this on some open source mapping, not anything from Nick Balance creating a visual for you? No, ma'am. I did view a draft report from Special Agent Balance to help me conceptualize this, but it did not look like this map. Where's that draft report? It is, best of my knowledge, it's already been provided to the prosecutor's office through the FBI channels. Is this the lengthy past draft report, or is it a different draft report? Well, it would have to be the draft cash report. That's the only cash report I'm aware of from Special Agent Balance.
Who's Glenn? I don't know who Glenn is, darling. Who's that? Glenn, you're wrong. Just wanted you to know.